Ladies and gentlemen, this is Frank Donga, and you're listening to Boom Radio. Keep listening to Boom Radio. Don't touch that dial. Boom Radio, all the way.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is Boom Ball right here on your Boom Radio NG. My name is Aiyedatiwa, you know, the one and only. And it is Friday. It is Good Music Friday today. We're going to be talking about a lot of things. We're going to be reviewing a lot of music, a lot of entertainment stories, also a lot of sports stories right here at the bar. Also, there's going to be a lot of gist coming from Kano State. Cholera is really something that is ravaging not just Nigeria, the whole world as we speak. So those are part of the things that we're going to be talking about today at the bar. And I am not alone at the bar today. It is just, it's Aiyedatiwa, you know, the one and only. And
my name is Shola Rogers. It is always a pleasure to be at the bar. Thank you for being there, guys. And thank God it's Friday.
Okay, so we're going straight into the bar today. It's music. Do we start with music? Maybe we should hold on off a little bit on that and talk about a few other things. Starting first, we're going all the way to Kano. Now, interestingly, there's a lot of drama happening in Kano. First things first, the court has annulled the reinstatement of Sanusi as Kano Emir. Now, let us calm down a little bit. I actually had to do a bit of reading because a lot of people are going on about how they cancelled the law and a lot of blah, 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 blah. However, according to the judge, the court is not allowed to repeal the law, is not annulling the law that brought Sanusi back in. What the judgment of the court, what the court is saying is that the we have a comment. Ittihad Africa says Dolupo at the bar with Shola Rogers, keeping up the spirit. Thank you very, very, very much. So basically what the court is saying is that before that, once that there was already a conversation about the law, there was a case in court that the lawmakers and the state should have should have waited, because according to the judgment was basically a stay of action that everybody should maintain status quo, which of course we know the government did not. So what they're saying is that what the court is saying is that the actions of the government after the law was already made was hasty, and that they need to calm down and basically go back and wait for that case to be concluded before they can officially say that before they can say the law is can be effected or not. So basically I think that that's what they definitely needed a bit of clarification.
The Game of Thrones is on. Of course, we didn't expect it to end with the last set of shenanigans or actions or inactions that are taking place. So if anybody thought it was over, think again. It's what, you know, on the streets. I like the way the guys on the street will say the Narcissism film. They won't say film. They say film.
Film.
You know, you say Narcissism film. I'm trying not to. You know. So the thing is that I have said it before, and I'm going to say it again. Lamido Sanusi must have seen all of this coming.
Yeah.
You know, that's why when he was deposed, you know, he just went quietly into the night, like, you know.
Apparently
no
somebody
stress.
else is not going quietly.
Then his cousin or brother became the emir. And now the brother has been deposed by the governor. That is a fact. Yeah. But the courts are saying that, look, there are things that you're so, it's procedural. And there's a popular saying that I have now that I say, it's all politics. It hurts me every time, especially when it has to do with traditional institutions.
Yeah.
That they are no longer as revered or sacred as they used to be.
Everybody's just doing as they like
at the whims and caprices of any governor. You know, the governor can actually... I saw a governor in the Southwest take a chieftaincy title.
Sitting governor.
And I'm like, no, that's not what you do now, but hey, it's already...
It is what it is.
He's already a chief anyway, so what you going to do about it? What you going to do? You know, so the courts are saying now, like Dolupo has already explained, but the way I see it, I don't know if you guys have anything to say about this. How do you guys see this playing out? I still see Sanusi Lamido becoming governor. Sorry.
Emir. Oh, okay. So the Kano government...
I think you have a comment.
Okay, so Ittihad Africa says, so let everyone concerned be patient for the full interpretation and implementation of the law as it concerns the Kano Emirate. Now, the Kano government has now made a statement basically with everything that is happening, and they're insisting that Lamido Sanusi is still the emir regardless of what the court had said. However, there's an update to it, and it's almost like as if everybody seems to use renovation to couch a lot of demolitions happening. So they had asked because for people that do not know, the deposed emir is in the mini palace in Nasarawa. I don't know what's not that one. There's another conversation around it because I think that is high time. Maybe Nasarawa government needs to kick out everybody that has to do with Kano, because if they're not careful, they're going to cause another trouble in another state. Ittihad Africa says, what you going to do when they give you chieftaincy title? I'm not sure I'm interested though.
No. It's the governor. If you are referring to the governor.
Okay, what are you going to do? You can refuse it now.
Yeah, you know.
You really can.
In fact, the sad part is within his own state.
So
do you understand?
He could actually have refused it.
It sounds like some kind of coercion or inducement or something. Either way, maybe there's some quid pro quo.
That could have been done after.
If it was another state, now okay, it's understandable. You get?
Yeah, if it was from another state,
but
the chieftaincy was state. It doesn't.
And you have the final say on everything.
Yeah, it doesn't look great.
Yeah.
However, so basically, now what the Kano government is saying that they're giving a quick notice to the 15th emir of Kano. They're saying that he needs to vacate the mini palace in Nasarawa state, and what they're couching it with is that the Ittihad Africa says, like, former governor Amosun rejected it. Okay, I don't know if he did or not. Maybe
I honestly, if I don't know if he did, but if he collected a chieftaincy within his own state during his tenure, it's the same thing I'm complaining about.
I think it looks.
It's not for me. It's not about the individual. It's about the office.
BT616 says, "Hey, hi, we haven't seen you people in a minute."
So, a serving governor, don't you have more, pressing
things to do? So,
let it not be like they were afraid or they were coerced.
When different Obas offered him titles. Oh, okay. Okay, so BT616 says, please don't talk about my state. Leave Ogun State alone.
Are we back on this matter?
At this point, I think that
are we back on this matter?
After the colorfulness and the festivities we saw from Ojiri Oba in the past couple of days, I think Ogun State is still in everybody's good books.
Why would we talk about your state?
I think Ogun State is
Is it not a part of Nigeria
at the moment? So I think we're
you should even be happy. We've been celebrating Ogun
all week actually. So basically, what I'm now saying is that what they're saying is that part of the fence in the mini palace came down, and they tried to renovate it. So they want to demolish the whole thing. A fence came down, but you want to demolish the whole palace and now reconstruct and saying that it's old and it needs to be upgraded and all. My question is, please, why can't you build a mini palace inside Kano State? With the little that I know Kano has a lot of land. It has a lot of. It's not a bad thing for have more than one palace. The little that I know, take for example, the Aiyedatiwa of Oshogbo has, I think, about 4 palaces in different parts of Oshogbo town. Yeah. So why not build it inside your state? Why do you have to carry your trouble to another state? Oh, okay. BT616 says the Ojude Oba that some people want to corner Abi, some TV won't change history. I honestly think that they have actually apologized today. I personally, for someone that works in media, I think that it was a video. I had seen that video on Twitter before where there was a mix and match. However, somebody, probably a production person, probably picked that video, did not watch or listen to the video, and just put it out there. I think that mistake, I don't let me say it can happen to everybody, because it's somebody's job to cross-check before you put something out there. So yeah. So basically, Sha, let's see what is that. Okay, so Eastern Africa says Boom Radio is located in Ogun State. That's
on the periphery.
That's arguable, actually. But anyway,
but you do have a point though, because we stretch enter.
So
Ogun,
we can. So
why can't we talk about
Ogun State?
We
talk about Ogun State?
Exactly.
You heard. Now you get it.
Thank you, Joe.
Anyway, so basically going back to Kano State, and the question I have is that why is it that, and I know we had this conversation before, like why is your mini palace is in another state? I know that at some point the conversation will be that the Kano Empire was definitely that big then and all that, but the Oyo Empire too was as big as Osun State and all that at some point. I'm not sure I have heard that there is an Alaafin's palace in Osun State. Let everybody stay within their boundaries, because if they're not careful, this is going to cause another person's state.
Yeah, the thing is that boundary adjustments and everything should come to bear now. All this trouble in Kano, why is it, trickling into Nasarawa?
Exactly.
But on a real, staying focused on the matter, the traditional institutions have become so affected by politics, and it's hurting me personally. We talked about Ojude about 2 days ago, and one of the major points that we try to reiterate is that I'm happy that people are breaking away from the mentality of saying that our own things are fetish or backward or whatever, to the point where our tradition is now global.
It's getting global, yeah. Sorry, 1 second.
Yes,
Chief Onikoko says, good morning, Aiyedatiwa. Good afternoon here. Atimisi, yes.
We missed you too.
We have missed you too. Is it Ogun State the epicenter of cholera outbreak?
BT616.
You are looking for people's trouble.
No,
he's looking for.
BT616 respond. But I'm glad that Chief Onikoko also brought up this cholera thing. Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely will get to that.
Yeah, I'm glad that he brought it up. It's worth discussing. And again, we heard that it's global, so you guys too, you abroadians should be careful.
Be careful.
So look, they should stop messing with our traditional institutions. That's the bottom line for me. We need to celebrate and enjoy these things. They couldn't do a proper Durbar in Kano.
Yeah,
and it was Eid al-Adha, where we know that it is marked mainly with, in fact, the Durbar in Ilorin took a lot of the shine and glory.
Oh, it did, even though the other one self caused fights.
Politics.
There was a lot of fights involved.
Politics.
Okay.
Not physical fighting.
Not physical fight, but there was a lot of talking back and forth. Itoch Africa says, I agree, Dolupo. Nasarawa State should be left out of the Kano Emirate issue. I agree.
100.
I think that if they're not
100%.
careful, it's going to cause a lot of unnecessary drama for another state.
I'm afraid because Sanusi Lamido Sanusi has a large supportership.
Yeah.
Now mixed up with the Kwankwasia movement.
Mm-hmm.
Now Ado Bayero, because it was Ganduje that put him there, and because of course people like him too, also has a large followership mixed up with the Ganduje movement. I don't know what they call themselves. So at the end of the day, this thing has political connotations.
Oh, we all know that.
And Kano is a volatile place when it comes to politics. I pray that they don't escalate. I'm just hoping that there's some kind of solution to this.
Okay, so Chief Onikoko says, my elder brother turned down the Obership. Unknown to many, the local government chairman can summon Kabiesi to his office.
These are my issues.
Yeah.
These are the issues.
Yeah. Yeah, it's.
These are the issues.
It has seemed
we have
to
watered down. We have watered. Look, okay, now maybe as a proper Yoruba person, or as a proper Benin person, or as a proper Hausa person, or Igbo or South person, you would respect your.
Yeah, just out of respect.
It's respect, but your office actually empowers you as a local government chairman.
So get some, do some.
Just picture the chairman of Lagos Island East telling the.
Out those Lagos Island.
Oloweko.
Yeah.
Come to my office.
I order you to come to my office.
Or the chairman of one of these major local governments in Ibadan, someone in the Olubadan, say, yeah. Speaking about Olubadan.
There's still no Olubadan.
It's strange.
There is no Olubadan. There is no Alafin.
It's strange.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know if this has ever happened in history, though. No Olubadan,
yeah, no Alafin. That's
thank God there's no war.
It's not looking good.
Who's going to lead us?
They're not looking good. Anyway, so basically, we just need. We know that this Kano drama has not ended. Is not ending anytime soon.
Local government chairman.
Yeah, but the honest truth is that we need to find a way. Maybe the House of Assembly. There has to be some laws that maybe reduces, because whether we like it or not, I honestly feel that our tradition is part of who we are. They're a major part of who we are as a people, and we cannot water down those things. BT616 says the KBSC actually has to write a letter and request for approval of the local government chairman before he can leave for medicals according to the Nigerian constitution.
Oh my God.
I also feel that at times, I think two things. Itoch Africa says Chief Onikoko just said the truth. Yes, we agree. I think that two things happened when it comes to. Remember that the 1999 constitution that we're talking about is really from the military. So it was about just stopping a lot of things. However, I feel that if we look at history, as much as these people are a huge part of our history and a huge part of our culture, I feel that there were a lot of excesses that I feel these laws were put there to curb.
I disagree with you. You know, I respect your view, but I totally disagree with you. And the reason why I disagree with you is because you didn't go further back. You only went to the 1999 constitution. You didn't go further back to all the other constitutions that were under the white people. The constitutions that created some kind of strength for government above our kings.
But that was, all those things are out.
Why are they out? Why do they still have their own kings and their queens? Why are they out? Why is the queen, or now Charlie, the head of government in the UK?
Yeah, but how many kings do we want to?
Because they joined different people into one country.
Down 70.
Yeah.
But you know, they're like really, really small, tiny kings and small. Anyway.
No, there was no problems with kings knowing their places. Africa didn't have that problem. Whenever there was a need, they would fight a war. And they will settle it. But I totally disagree that it is the 99 constitution. It's the Oyibo mentality. It's the white man's thing of saying you know, that they know that they met a system on ground.
Yeah.
And they had to create the divide and rule system for them to take charge.
That's my point. We are here. Why we've been running our own since 1960. How come we haven't changed it? Because
it favors the people who are in power now. Any politicians that gets there that knows that he can depose a king, isn't that what Ganduje did?
Okay.
And Ganduje was so brazen. Look at how early he did it. Like, some people will wait, like, okay, let me wait until I don't need their help anymore. Mm-hmm. But, you know, just kick the man out like that. And it's happened in the past.
Yeah,
even the military. I remember when they deposed the former Oni with, was it the Emir of Kano or the Sultan of Sokoto?
There was Sultan of Sokoto.
Two of them.
I think they were put under house arrest or something. Okay, so Ittihad Africa says Shola Rogers waiting there inside our cup, water or water with plenty question mark?
No, not be that water. To be very honest with you, it's just iced tea, homemade iced tea.
Okay, so Chief Onikoko says we know a KBAC that was made to knee for a governor and his wife. I'll not mention the state. Cough, Ogun in 2002.
Yes, at least he didn't mention it.
It really has it in for Ogun State today.
No, but it's fact actually, because I witnessed something at Ijebu Imushi, and I saw how a governor at that time, I didn't say 2000, I just said the governor at that time, how the kings were in fear of him. They were not in awe, they were in fear and trepidation when he arrived at an event. And everybody got up, and then I'm like...
So if, well, that's what it is. No, then maybe we should scrap it.
Scrap what?
The kingship.
Please, don't
go
there.
No, what I mean is that if it isn't what it used to be, then let's scrap it. No. Ittihad Africa says Charlie is also the head of the Commonwealth of Nations.
He is.
Okay, so really, I honestly think that...
Iced tea, trust me.
Oh, okay. He's talking to you.
Iced tea, trust me.
Okay, so basically...
It's Lipton tea with lemon and honey. Trust me. Go start for night. That one I know, man. It's Friday. Don't worry.
Anyway, so I think we should move on a little bit from that, though.
No, before you move on, why are you so concerned about my cup? You want to feel it? You won't buy for me? Allah. Hala.
Now let's move on to another conversation that I think is very important, and it's cholera. So a few days ago we thought like it was a Nigerian thing. However, basically it's looking like Lagos State is looking like is probably going to be the epicenter of cholera at the moment. It's not looking nice in Lagos. But a lot of times, I think that when these things happen and it's Lagos State, we also remember that it's most likely because of the population, not because of any other thing. So as of today, there are about 24 people that have been confirmed dead in Lagos State due to cholera. They have about over 400 suspected cases. Keep in mind that, funny enough, the mortality rate for cholera is not that high. The problem is that a lot of people do not get help quickly. And what is the problem is that people now lose so much fluids. It's really not even about the cholera. It's about fluids. So Chief Onikoko says, is Shola related to the famous Sergeant Rogers?
Well,
that's a question for you.
His name is Barnabas Michelle, his real name, code-named Sergeant Rogers. So go figure. But you know what I do? I don't deny that anymore. Everybody, I say, yeah, we're related. That way it goes away. You must be afraid now, Avi. Are you afraid?
Anyway, basically, like I said, cholera mortality rate, if left untreated, has a 25 to 50% mortality rate. Treatment reduces the mortality rate to less than 1%.
So cholera is not meant to kill.
It's not actually meant to kill.
Quickly handled and all
yes,
of that.
it's not a nice thing, but its mortality rate, if treated, is not high.
You know, the funny thing is that, of course, nobody knew there was going to be a breakout of cholera again. We're not expecting it. Mm-hmm. And it's funny how, because it had not happened in a long time, a couple of years ago, I was walking somewhere where there was this food place, a dingy place, that they used to call it cholera joint. And people who actually go there to buy food. I said, where they go? He go say in they go cholera joint. They go cholera, go buy cholera. But I brought that up to show that, again, in real terms, you can actually get it from those kind of places. And one of the things that I notice is that whenever there's a scare, a health scare or a pandemic scare, Nigerians up their hygiene levels. And as soon as it's gone,
give it to Nigerians. They are very quick.
So I'm a bit of it. Teeny weeny germophobe. I make sure that there's sanitizers everywhere. I've been doing that for decades now. And I've been finding it hard to buy the liquid form of that sanitizer in my neighborhood. I would usually have to drive to another community to go buy it. So I was talking to one of the pharmacists yesterday. I said, how come you don't have this? I've been to about 5 shops. And he said to me that the ones he had expired.
Nobody's buying them anymore.
People stopped buying them after COVID.
So Peterman says the death of cholera is due to dehydration, with those dying already having comorbidities of cardiovascular issues and diabetes, leading to hypoglycemia and sometimes cardiac dysrhythmia. So it, like we said, it's a lot of untreated issues with cholera. Now WHO has now announced it's looking like it's looking like a global issue now. They're talking about 1,900 deaths cumulatively, and they're about
across the globe.
Yeah, across the globe, about 194,000 cases.
Reported cases. And Nigeria already has 24 deaths.
Lagos
alone.
Lagos has about 24 deaths.
Could it be that Lagos is indeed the epicenter, or they're the only ones keeping data?
Maybe they're the only ones keeping a lot of data. That you will not take away from Lagos State. I also think that when it comes to population-wise,
because people just keep
there are a lot more people, so they will most likely have a lot more cases. But yes, how many people are actually recording this? How many people are actually letting people know what the issue is? The info, the records, and all that. However, Ogun State have also announced there are about 5 people hospitalized. 1 person has been confirmed dead from cholera.
I thought we were banned from talking about Ogun State. BT646 has run away.
Oh God!
We're not talking about.
Ogun State. He said he has actually replied. Oh, okay. I don't know. His comment was there and then he went off again. If please, you can put that comment back. So basically, we just need to be careful. People actually need to be careful right now.
Please.
Sadly, it might affect a lot of people that sell food, or maybe even the people selling food need to be more careful with the kind of food you are.
Can I quickly chip in something, comment or question or whatever? One of the reasons why these things are also festering is because the local governments have been destroyed by the governors.
Okay.
And why am I talking about it? We used to have those local health inspectors.
Okay.
Those guys used to wear white. And I think it's white and brown or something. But they just used to go around. They go to these cholera joints or these places and they inspect them, try to keep them up to speed. They even had a funny name, Wole Wole. They used to come to people's homes. Yeah, they used to come to people's homes.
Okay,
check
never
out,
knew that.
the
environment.
environment.
I've heard of Wole before, but I've never seen anybody coming to check anybody's house.
They used to come check houses. Your gutter must be clean and whatnot. Those guys have virtually disappeared. Another evil that governors have caused, because they can't go to people's homes, but the local governments used to. And this is why we must extricate, the local government structure from the
emperors,
grab and the stranglehold of the emperors, aka governors.
So BT616 says a key component of primary care health or healthcare is healthcare promotion. We were scared of the Wole Woles in the 80s.
Everybody was. And, still going back to that era, Do you know how bad it was that now we have what do we call this? Soakaways. We call them soakaways. The septic tanks. We used to call them soakaways. There was a time that the only way they used to evacuate feces was at night, and they had people who used to compact it up in buckets. In this country. They used to do it abroad many years ago, but it was happening in Nigeria about maybe 30 years ago, thereabout. And there was time when people they used to wear masks.
That is such oh my God.
I take it out at night. That's what they used to do.
Smell so much. Oh
That's
my God.
what they used to do.
Ittihad Africa says,
I'm sure these men would remember.
Not only upping the hygiene level, Nigerians develop tradomedical and concussions like now. Someone's videos showing a man promoting a seasoning cube with a fizzy drink as a stopper for dehydration.
Be careful, oh.
Okay.
Fizzy drink and what?
I think I agree with what Ittihad Africa is saying, that as much as now that there is cholera, yes, there are going to be a lot of people promoting all sorts of things.
Please, if it's not a doctor that is talking, don't listen. In this particular case, remember when they told people to be ingesting salt during the COVID breakout?
Oh yeah, having your bath with salt and all that.
Drink salt, eat salt.
Ittihad Africa says we still have these woles, but have now reduced to going markets to give tickets and collect revenues.
It shouldn't be about IGR alone.
It shouldn't really be. It's actually
someone needs to bring them back.
It's actually a very important thing that Ittihad Africa actually pointed out. The fact that a lot of people will be coming up with all sorts of funny remedies and all that. If you know, one of the major symptoms of cholera is vomiting and stooling at the same time. Once you see that you are stooling uncontrollably, then vomiting now adds to it. Please just find yourself to a hospital.
But there's this quick.
The interesting thing is it's not even
ORT or something.
Yes, it's not even.
That's salt and water.
Salt and water. There's salt and water solution. But however, just find yourself to a hospital. It's not even that difficult to treat. It really isn't. Most of the time, it just the bacteria and all that just needs to be flushed out of the person's system. But it's mostly done better in a hospital. Please, let's be careful.
I know we're talking serious matters here, but remember the guys I talked about that used to come pack feces from people's homes at night with a mask. There's actually a song that I think was Baba Suwe or so that Elebe Uru Mascara. Elebe Uru Mascara.
What's but Elebe Uru?
Elebe Uru or something mascara. You know, there was a wrestler called Mew Mascaras, and he used to wear a mask. In the 80s.
Oh God.
So it was not referring to those people as mascara. Elebe Uru Mascara.
Oh my God. Anyway, please.
Memories.
First things first, we need to be careful where we eat, what we eat. We also need to prepare our foods properly. Most of the time,
personal hygiene.
It's actually not contagious. That's the interesting part. It's more about the kind of things that you ingest. Basically, BT616 says, shall I just say the name? Kogbe.
Why now? Why? Why? You just want to.
Okay, so I have a question.
That's what they were called.
When people are doing that at night, you people that are in the house, wouldn't that also
what's your own
smell?
They're evacuating. That's all that matters.
But it's smelly when you.
But you know the beauty of it was that it wasn't every home that they would go to. It was the homes that still operated that old shallow system. You know, before they brought this WC where people sit down, it was the standing one. People would stand. At least I'm not measuring it, so I'm not making it gory for people. But man, BTC is take down. You had to break it down. Yeah, you had to.
It just had to go there. Basically, please, let's be careful. This is the time where when you're done using the toilet, you need to wash your hands
properly.
Please, we need proper hand washing. Our food, where we eat, what we eat, it needs to be. And then once you feel that you are already, doing more than your tummy would normally do, you're already passing out, a lot. Please go to the hospital. it can be treated quickly. Eat Touch Africa says the College of Health Technology, Ilese, I don't know how that is pronounced though. I'm sure I pronounced it. I don't know if I pronounced it well. In Ogun State is trying out loads of them, yet deployments are restricted to markets, only going out during immunizations or where there is an issue. Peterman says, oh my God, I ran a Kogbe business back in the day. My workers only evacuated compounds with sockaways. Good morning. Good morning.
Remember what they say now? Oh, cooking room.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cooking room.
Eat Touch Africa says it was called Shalanga.
Yeah, the standing one. Thanks.
Okay, we know y'all are old. Just stop. What names? What kind of names are these things though?
You know, but Yoruba is so creative.
Yeah.
At least we can say it is not vulgar. Shalanga.
It's not.
Yeah, there was Shalanga Luma Kusi.
Oh my God.
Shalanga Luma Kusi.
We are moving on. We are moving on. We are going to a little bit of sports. Now, there's a bit of gist coming from FIFA. First things first, FIFA is congratulating Nigeria. It is 30 years that Nigeria made their first debut at the World Cup. Now, so BT616 says Shola cleaned himself with leaves. Confess.
Nah, be Sulere boy. Sulere. Nah. You guys are bad.
Okay, so they're congratulating Nigeria for having gone through 30 years with the World Cup. After it's 30 years since they first, went to the World Cup. Now, my question is, in those 30 years, what has changed?
Why are you like this? And you're not from their generation, those people's generation.
What generation?
These people now, I don't want to call their name, their generation. Why are you like them now?
What did they
Let us first celebrate that 30 years.
And what's there to celebrate? It's something that...
Don't, but you won't get it. The day Nigeria qualified, we were watching together with a lot of people. I think it was against Algeria or someone, I can't even remember. But we went berserk on the streets. Like it was a carnival across the whole of Sulere, and I know across the whole of Nigeria. When we qualified. Pause.
You have quite a few, what's it called?
Okay.
Cholera just showed us how old he is.
Not really.
Peterman says, question, do you wash up after doing number 2 or do you prefer to show toilet roll? Oh my God, wow.
Water is the best, actually.
So yeah, according to doctors, actually even medical people tell you that it is safer and it's cleaner.
I don't even care about medical people. Water is the best. Wash, then wash. You understand?
So we're moving on. Thank you.
So the World Cup was amazing. The way we qualified, we had a party on the streets and all of that. Then we now finally made it to the World Cup. And out of nowhere, Rashidi Yekini scored that amazing goal. And I've never seen that kind of celebration before in my entire life. The man ran into the goalpost.
Oh my God.
All right, there's another one. Let's go.
Peter Man says, so don't after pooping.
You don't have to. You don't have to. Well, that's what we used to call it when we were young, though.
Oh my God. You fool, don't let me.
Thank God it's YouTube, because if it was national TV by now, NBC would have
been knocking our doors.
How we give them your addresses? Go and meet them. God. Yeah, but yeah, water is better. Trust me. And Yekini just ran into the post, put his hand through the net, and for many years nobody knew what he was saying. And people came up with different stories. So there was this comedian. You see, before all these comedians that are now popular, there was this guy, he used to work with Charlie Boy. I've forgotten his name now. And whenever they played that video, he said that Yekini was saying, I will disgrace you. I will disgrace you. So when they finally said that, Yekini was actually calling his name. Rashidi Yekini. He was he was just basically...
Your daddy's daddy.
Anytime I see it, I still hear, I will disgrace you. And if for years after, FIFA would use that celebration as part of their build-up to the World Cup that we might not be going again, self.
You had to just rub that in. Oh, God, you had to rub it in. But the honest truth is that's where I'm going. Like, in 30 years, what has the Super Eagles achieved? They've
achieved a lot. You know, the funny thing is, at that same World Cup, we were ranked in the top 10.
Talking about rankings.
Something that we might never achieve again, too.
Talking about rankings, since you went there,
at that same World Cup, our supporters club, I think they were voted the best or so, first or second best.
No, if Nigeria goes to World Cup, at least there's one thing that we're almost always sure that we get. Our jersey will be voted the finest. We get good we used to get fine jersey. That's all.
You know?
Anyway, talking about rankings, Nigeria has now dropped from 30th to 38th.
I don't think that ranking is fair. I think we should be dropping to like 50. To be honest, we don't even deserve only 8 steps.
Now you are wicked.
Yeah, because they're playing games with sports. They're doing tumbu basketball.
You are wicked.
You know, it's unfair. It's very painful.
Anyway, Sha, they've done what they've done. There's nothing you can do about it. Going on from that, there's a lot of sporting gist. Euros is ongoing. Now, Copa America has added to it. It's a lot of, even though there's no club football this summer, but the summer is packed. Definitely packed. We've seen how a lot of people are breaking records. The usual names of a few days ago, we're talking about Ronaldo breaking the record of going to the sixth Euros. Yesterday
we started 20 years ago.
Yes, and we saw Messi break his own record as well. There's a record of playing the number of games. He's broken that record. He's also played. This is the 7th Copa America he's also going to. So it's a lot of interesting games going right now. According to one of analysts that talked about how Spain was going to beat Italy, you know, seemed to have been right. But
but I saw that game, and they're lucky they got an own goal though. Do you understand? It wasn't as if they overran or outplayed Italy. It's very sad. Well. But it was a good game.
It was a good game. Okay, so BT616 says, so Arsenal officially put in a bid for Osimhen. I honestly think that Osimhen will be a fantastic addition.
A great fit
for
the Arsenal.
Addition. I'm talking about Osimhen. There's been a lot of talk about how the NFF needs to sanction him. In fact, there's the gist of how they had talked about how they had banned him from going to joining the Super Eagles until he apologizes.
Not true,
and all that. The NFF has come out to debunk that and say that is not true. So, but I really honestly think that something needs to be done.
I think that it would make Arsenal invincible again if you join them with
with what they have
that they already have.
Yes, I think.
But if Arsenal are going to bring in an Osimhen, you know, they should not forget that they also need to show up in the middle and at the back. You know, but the transfer market is getting interesting. I think the Euros will slow things down. They probably won't get too many movement because a lot of clubs also are scouting players at the Euros. So apart from players that they already scouted before the Euros, they'll be waiting to discover one gem or the other.
Exactly. I totally agree. Also, Wales have now sacked their manager, Robert Page. Also, Ittihad has said that they have also sacked their manager, and the reason for sacking the manager is that the manager was asking to sell Benzema.
Yeah, so player power. You know, player power is a big deal. And it happens in a lot of places. He didn't have to
say that.
But you see, he didn't understand when they say someone doesn't get the assignment, that you don't get it. The Saudis are trying to build their league out of nothing. And they've been able to acquire all these expensive players. And the coach, sadly, is there because of them. Mm-hmm. Then you now have a spat with the player or whatever. You now say they should sell Benzema.
Are you joking? Is that you don't know who Benzema is?
you know, the funny thing is the structure of the Saudi league. The clubs are supposed to be the ones buying the players, but the league is fully involved. You know, so they're like, sell Benzema to who or to whom, to where and where.
You don't want him to go to another club.
Yeah, so they kick the coaches. They
definitely.
No, but player power is not a new thing. It's happened. It's happened at Chelsea. It's happened at.
It happened everywhere.
Man United. It happened at other places. Barcelona.
Yeah, it happens everywhere.
But player power is some. Look, for years, and it's said even at the national level, Messi more or less has a stronghold on the team.
Oh yeah.
You know, you can't just get some funny coach now and say it is rumored that if Messi does not endorse, sorry,
it's rumored.
It's rumored.
But let's call it spade. Anyway,
that's player power.
Peterman says that a coach that is making minimum wage wants to sell his uncle.
Imagine, imagine. He doesn't have respect for.
He has no respect
for someone on maximum wage. You know.
Oh God, it's very, very interesting. But we'll see.
Selling Benzema would have also caused some kind of problem for the perception of their league.
Yeah.
You know, because they want to attract more players. This window, you will see the players that they are going after. Mm-hmm. They're going after top players. They're not playing around.
They're definitely.
So if you kick out a Benzema, it's a wrong signal that
you're sending a lot of wrong signals.
Sorry, coach, whatever your name is. Bye.
Now let's go back. I saw a video yesterday. I don't know if a lot of people saw that video where a particular Chief Onikoko says, why did the NFA hire Finidi George?
The NFF or NFA or whatever they are called hired George, claiming that it was the best of the rest of the people that came out. And I was rooting for an home-based coach, a different one. I personally wanted Amunike to be the coach, but they went with Finidi. Now, they went with Finidi for continuity of a coach that they did not renew his contract. You see the madness. Like, Finidi had worked with Pesero for a while, either on the part-time basis or not, but he had worked with Pesero. And you wanted continuity. Now, so if Finidi getting there to them was more or less like, come and rescue us. They played 2 friendly games with him. Mm-hmm. And they saw the results of those friendly games, and they still hired him. And I feel that that's wrong. But people say Chebi is friendly. No. As a coach, if I was a coach, I'm going to go all out and try to win it.
Yeah, because you're pushing for...
So they were more or less incompetent people playing around with Nigeria's World Cup qualifying chances. And it's more or less up in smoke now. We're second from the bottom. So
we'll see where all that drama is going to go to. Now, like I said, I saw a video a few hours ago where a particular pastor basically just telling his people, and I think that is what talking about, where he said, and I quote, "Stop wasting economic hours in church."
This is the story that a lot of Christians don't want to hear. This is something that even some set of Christians have been trying to put out. You would wake up on a Monday morning and find people going for a church service as early as 5:30, 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Yeah. And some of them actually still make it to their places of work on time. Some of them do.
Some do.
But some don't even have work. So they're going to be in church. I used to live in a part of Lagos, somewhere in Ojodu, where there was a particular church that had service every day.
You hear that they are praying for work.
Every day.
But you will not go and look for work.
Every day.
But you'll be in the church.
So again, I don't think that we should always hide behind religion. So this pastor coming out now, a lot of pastors are going to come for him. But look at the sense in what he's saying. There's a saying, it's not in the Bible though, but it's people use it, that heaven helps those who help themselves. Whoever came up with that saying is completely correct. Because you're expecting manna, and the days of manna are gone.
Faith without work is dead. The Bible says so.
You must work. And if you don't work, you don't go chop. That's why they call them work.
The funny thing is that I remember listening to a sermon actually, and how someone was explaining, the pastor was explaining that the verse in the Bible that says that God will bless the work of your hands. You have to have work for it to be blessed. 100 times 0
is your work that
is
will bless?
0.
I need specifics.
Meaning,
Some work should not be blessed.
that one, go and tell God that one. I told you about that one.
I'm just saying.
But basically, but I honestly
But I
think
totally agree with that pastor.
yes, I really think so.
And you know, the church is doing, and even the mosque too, but they might not agree, so I'll stay on church. Is doing a lot of damage in this regard. You're setting programs, church programs for productive hours and everything.
Let's be having sense a bit. Thank you. Anyway, we're going all the way to Edo State, where it's interesting that Edo PDP has now expelled the former governor, the former deputy governor Philip Shuaibu, and Dan Obi, the national vice chairman South of the PDP. They're saying that they're alleging anti-party activities, but the truth is that it's true, because just yesterday or 2 days ago, the former deputy governor of the PDP endorsed the APC governorship candidate.
Not only did he endorse him, he actually bought some very expensive SUVs. He branded them and installed them with some equipment for campaigns. And he actually delivered it. And he made a video of him delivering it to the APC. And he's still...
But you know that he too is probably also looking for...
soft landing now. He wants to cross back to the APC if he hasn't crossed already. And you know, the thing about politics is that you cannot prevent people from joining your party. You can't.
Yeah, you can't. You definitely can't.
You know, the freedom of association. You can prevent them from becoming big in your party or getting roles and all. You know, so it looks like it's going to go. But Edo is going to be very interesting.
Very, very
because Dan
interesting.
Obi is actually a big person in the PDP. And if you can expel him from the party, why haven't you expelled Nyesom Wike? It's a question that I have for the PDP. You know, because what
you just want to,
I just want to speak the truth.
Ruffle feathers.
No, just speak the truth.
No, yeah.
If you say that Philip Shuaibu is expelled
exactly
because he has openly endorsed the APC's candidate and contributed millions of equipment and God knows maybe money to that campaign, and you expel him for that reason, anti-party activities, that Obi is his ally, is out. What about Nyesom Wike?
That's exactly what
are you afraid to expel?
Coco is asking. So when are they going to suspend Wike for anti-party activities?
Exactly. Someone agrees with me. Do you understand? Now talking about
not like I don't agree with you. It's just that you are looking.
We're talking about people and all. I saw a video. Former Peter Obi spokesperson.
Oh yeah.
The lawyer and the Nollywood guy, Kenneth.
He went off. Kenneth Okonkwo.
Yeah. In an interview, saying who's going to tell him not to go back to wherever he wants to go back to. I'm like, this guy was still on Sheun's show about 2 months ago saying, wait, I'm coming. I see disaster. He was saying some funny, it was drama for me. I was like,
he's an actor.
He's a very good actor.
So,
very good
but
actor.
my question is,
so see, I heard he's also going back. And if that guy is going back, then it will now lead me to one thing and one thing alone. The real evil genius is the guy in Aso Rock. Ask me.
What?
Daniel Bawala was his person. Kenneth Okonkwo was his person. Now, Don Yokubwe might not be his person openly, but he has said that they are friends. And all three of them held top positions with the opposition. Bawala was in Guinea's kitchen cabinet and Atiku's inner chamber and caucus. Don Yokubwe was more or less in charge of Obi's campaign for a long time until the court issues. And Kenneth. And someone tweeted at Don Yokubwe when he was telling his people in their movement that I think he has left them now. And someone tweeted at me and said, that Tinubu really used this person and this person there. And he actually laughed on the tweet. He didn't disagree with it. So,
Touch Africa says, Shala Rogers, you made my day, and I owe you 2 bottles of that thing.
Yeah. You know?
So, Chifo Nigoko says, Shala, everything is possible ever since brother FFK decamped like 50 times in 2 years.
And that's another person.
Okay, yeah. You know, Touch Africa says, Dolupo, they owe you something I know you will like. Oh, okay. We'll see. But my own issue is that I don't know, maybe because I'm not a politician, and I don't think I ever would, because after you have gone to insult these people and go off on them and all, and then you want to come back.
Look at you. What can PR not do? What can PR not fix? Please call us so we do PR work.
Because I saw that video of the former Labour Party spokesperson, and it was going off. However, I think that
he was speaking the truth, though.
His what's he called? His grievances were correct.
Yeah, he was speaking.
And basically, I think one of the major issues he was the conference or convention that they did.
National convention.
That national convention
that was done
wrongly and all that. And he made a very interesting statement, and he said that if you cannot do things properly in between, what are you telling the people that want to join you? When you cannot even do things properly, how are they sure that when they come into your if you ever get into power, you are going to do things by the book?
Is politics your mate? Politics is politics, and you'll be shocked. And that's why, again, this is a word of advice. Please don't fight anybody. Do you know how many people leading up to last year's election
that insulted themselves, insulted their fathers, siblings, family, friends,
business partners
fought over people that are now going back to,
and they are all friends.
They are all friends. I think that
there's no amount of calling out that article does. Whenever he has met Tinubu in public, you see the way they embrace and greet themselves. When Peter Obi met Tinubu at that INEC event, look at the way they greeted him
would have
with
thought
reverence.
That former President Olusegun Obasanjo was not just only wearing a cap that had Tinubu's logo, actually went to go and see his wife.
Yeah, some people said that they think it's been manipulated or not. Bottom line is that
we can see it.
There have been several interactions, So please don't die in their war.
Exactly.
Support your candidate,
and just day your day. That's do the one that you can do. Just wanted to put this out there. We're kind of almost out of time, but at least sadly about over 200 people have been injured and over 100 arrested. There's been a lot of protests over government tax plans in Kenya.
Yeah, the funny thing is I was watching Larry Mato of CNN, covering that event and all of that. I've seen snippets of what's happening in Kenya and the government's plan to increase taxes and all of that. Whatever it is that the people are fighting for, at times it also takes a lot for you to understand. But the government also needs to show working.
Yeah. Why they need...
Why you think that it's taxation that needs to...
At this point,
go up.
It's interesting.
But I just feel sad that already it's claimed one life.
One life already. Sadly, also all the way in China, there's a lot happening in China where in southern China, floods are ravaging them. In northern China, it is extreme heat. In the same country, it is bad. In South China, about 47 people have been killed as well. It is such a thing. In Niger Republic there as well, just right by us, it is also, they're also seeing extreme floods. There's a lot of extreme weathers that is happening around the world right now, and we all need to be careful.
However, when you hear that your neighbors are having it, just know that your own is coming. It's not scaremongering, but you know how these things actually spread and all of that. Hey, let's just get prepared.
Yeah, we definitely need to. Anyway, on that note, that is all we'll be able to take today on The Bar. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the comments. Yeah, I definitely had huge fun. We'll be back again.
Mascara.
What are you doing?
Mascara.
What? We'll be back again on Monday to give you another wonderful edition of the Boomba. Have a beautiful weekend ahead.
Peace.